Hey guys, welcome to this new video. In today's video, I'm going to show you a step-by-step process of how you can start hitting a consistent 10, 50, 100k months with your business by doing these 6 simple steps. It's very simple, it's very straightforward, so let's just dive right into it. Just to give you a backstory, I was running my agency back in 2021 and I scaled that business to 10k a month. And then I decided to shift into performance and mindset coaching for entrepreneurs. But when I started, it was 3 years ago, and there are a couple of things that I wish I knew earlier when I was starting out. Because I wasted a lot of time doing things that I tell people right now not to do. And that way they're able to scale their businesses faster. But when I was starting out, I wish I had a simple process like this right here that will tell me what to do and what not to do. So if I was stuck again at 2k, 3k, 5k, even 10k a month level, or even 20k, because this simple implies to even if you're stuck at 200k a month, but essentially, if I was if I was stuck at 2k, 10k level, and I had trouble scaling it to another consistent month, such as 10k, 50k, 100k. This is exactly what I would do. And this is not made up. This information is based on my experience as well as observing other successful individuals in this space that have succeeded and grown their businesses to multiple 7 figures. So yeah, let's just dive right into the first step. Find one and proven source of information, and that's it. Like, this is going to be the most difficult one because it's going to require a lot of focus as well as discipline to stick with this step number one. Let me just put this here. Um, so when it comes to growing your business, scaling your business, there's so many information. There's so many things out there that you can learn from, that you can check out, like a lot of things on YouTube, like how to grow your SMMA, how to grow your coaching business. There's so many coaches, mentors, and courses on how to do that, and even books. So it's kind of overwhelming. And when I was starting out, I just had one course, one mentor, one course, and I wish I just stuck with it, but I didn't, sadly, which is a mistake that I've done, and a mistake I hope you won't make when you're growing your business. Is that I had a great coach, a great coaching program, a great roadmap to success, and yet I still felt like I need something else to grow my agency. Like, I still felt like this cannot be it. Like, there has to be something else because this is not working out. I didn't blame the coach, I didn't blame the course. I just thought, like, okay, this may not apply for me, so let me search for something else, right? And that was the mistake because I kept buying new courses, new coaching programs, and eventually I spent over $15,000 on different masterminds and different things. And the most disappointing part of it all was that every strategy, the strategies that these people were sharing were all the same. So it was same freaking strategy all the time. And it went all down to how you package your business, doing the research on your market and on your ideal customer, how to attract those customers, how to convert those customers, and how to deliver the service, and then how to hire people and scaling and stuff like that. So it was all the same. It was just packaged differently and presented differently by each coach. And this is going to probably be 15k because I wish I had this information, because it's it's crazy, but it's okay because we have the shiny object syndrome and we tend to feel like we need different strategy, we need this new big thing, but essentially we just need to stick with one thing. And also from experience, recently I went back to doing some appointment setting, and I found myself before, like, I was unable to book a meeting a week. It was horrible. And then I went back to it using this simple strategy. Like, I blocked out the noise and I was, simply sticking to this one thing that I've learned, principles of how to do appointment setting. And look, I was able to book, and still am able to book 3, even 4, even 6 meetings a day by using these principles, this one strategy. And I block and promise myself I will block out the noise and I will just stick to this one thing, and it's working out so far. So yeah, I devoted my focus and stick to only this one thing. And it's a mindset shift that you have to do in order for you to succeed. Also, when I grow my agency, in the first, like, I grow my agency from 0 to 10k in 45 days, I stick to just one email outreach strategy. So I was sending 30, 40 emails a day, cold emails, and I was sticking to it religiously, the same script, the same strategy, the same numbers, no shiny object syndrome. There were people there were running ads for the agencies. There were people there was doing cold messaging on Facebook, but I just stick with this one thing. And that way I was able to hit 10K in 45 days from zero, and yeah, grew from there. But essentially, it all comes down to focus and blocking the shiny object syndrome. So that was the step number one, which is I think one of the most important thing and one of the things that prevents entrepreneurs out there to succeed. Step number two is to upgrade your belief system and reprogram your mindset to success and shift your identity. So, mindset is 80% of success. So, if you have poor mindset, limiting beliefs, and things holding you back, then it's going to be really difficult for you to grow the business. Because if you think like you cannot book, like booking appointments for your agency or for your coaching business is difficult, is saturated, is this and is that. And if you have this negative attitude towards the activity that you're doing, or towards anything pretty much, or if you have this attitude of you failing, and if you think always about like how I'm gonna fail, how this is not going to work out, guess what, it's gonna be just exactly like you imagine, because what you can think you will pretty much attract to your reality, and things are going to happen. When I was again in my process of building the agency, first 3 months in, I had no success because I believed that I don't know enough, I'm young enough, I couldn't, I don't have enough like information, enough skill set like to book those meetings. My niche was saturated, and I had this crazy thinking pattern going on. And then I realized like I was just holding myself back. And then once I shifted my mindset, once I start erasing those limiting beliefs and flipping those limiting beliefs into beliefs that I wanted to believe about my market, about my service, about myself, about my business, then everything started to work out for me. So from not booking any meetings, I went to booking 1 to 2, even 3 meetings a day for my agency in a very saturated space, with a very saturated even offer, you could say, as well as business, like a service delivery. So it was not easy, but I made it easy by just making sure that I don't hold myself back. So that's number one thing. And I also had to shift my identity. I couldn't be the person that started the agency was not able to grow the agency to 10K a month because I was not programmed like a 10K a month earner. So once I shifted my limiting beliefs, I reprogrammed myself to success. I also had to become the person that I need to become to start hitting 10K months. And that was discipline, that was focused, that was working on myself as a person to be able to deserve, to be able to get that 10K a month, to that 10K a month level, and grow to grow to six figures with my agency. So that was really, really important, and something that I've done as well to pretty much start hitting good months, getting clients consistently, and just growing the agency. And this is also something I've seen with successful people. They upgrade their identities, they become the 2.0 version of themselves, and they actually hit success, and they hit their goals faster, and they progress faster than majority of people because they understand that this is this golden nugget, and a missing piece that a lot of people don't have, but essentially they need, right? So the step number three is put your health first. So to grow your business to multiple 6, 7, and even 8 figures, you have to make sure you are operating at your best, not waking up tired in the morning with low energy and non-existent focus. If you show up like a zombie to your work, on your sales calls, on your client calls, your business is going to crash very soon and you are going to sink. And I can guarantee you that because that's just how it is. I've experienced that myself. Once I stopped to take care of my health, of myself, I saw clients leaving, I saw chaos being born, and everything was just exploding. And that was horrible because I lost track of taking care of myself because I am the captain of the business. There is no other, you are as well probably watching this. There is no other person that is growing the business probably at the moment. It's you. You are the center of your business. If you are tired, if you're not consistent, if you lack focus, if your health is failing you, if your body and mind is failing you, how on earth do you want to grow your business? Like, how are you able, if you're the center of your business, how are you going to grow the business if you feel like crap? So your business is going to be crap if you are and feel like crap, if that makes sense. So it's an important thing to notice, like you have to put your health first. And that's the secret of top 1% people. Like if you see they take care of their bodies, they are selective of what they eat, what they consume, they make sure they sleep good amount of like they sleep every single night, like for 7 to 8 hours a night. They have routines, systems, and productivity habits that pretty much help them to grow, and that's important if you want to grow as well. So take care of yourself. Invest in development optimization of your mind body so you can crush the goals, competition, as well as success. And this is what exactly the top 1% of successful people do. Step number 4: create a strong systems and routines. Yeah, I need to erase that. So yeah, create strong systems and routines for yourself. So successful people are disciplined. They don't rely on motivation. They show up even when they don't feel like it. And if you don't have the habit of showing up every single day consistently to your work, you won't grow. And that's a fact. Like you cannot, if you're not consistent, you cannot grow. Like that's just how it is. Like if you cannot be consistent with your outreach, how are you going to book meetings and how are you going to get those clients so you'll grow the business? Impossible, right? So to start creating a bulletproof discipline and consistency, start building small and sustainable habits. So you don't want to wake up tomorrow and do 200 outreaches when you struggle to do 5 outreaches, because consistency over intensity. You want to be consistent by sending 10, even if you commit to send 10 emails a day, 10 messages, 10 whatever a day, then do that, and don't do less and don't do more for the first, let's say, 30 days, because you need to build a habit of it. If you are just starting out with something that you have not done before, like for example, if you've never worked out, how do you expect yourself to get up in the morning and start working out every single day? Like it's going to be very impossible. That's the intensity part. When you're building a new habit, like building, for example, habit of doing outreach every single day, think about the fact that you're not trying to hit crazy numbers and grow the business like you want to, but this should not be your primary focus when you're trying to be consistent with your outreach. When you're trying to be consistent with your outreach, just focus on building that habit. That means that you promise yourself you're going to do a minimum standard of hitting, for example, 5 messages a day, and that's it. Like you stay consistent with it, you build a habit in 21 days, 30 days, and then it will become a second nature to you. So from there you can do 30, 50, 100, whatever. But first you need to build the foundations, because if you don't build the foundations, your building is going to fall, right? That's a fact. So I had troubles to sticking to doing outreach back in the day. So what I've done is that I started to build a habit of doing outreach. So I started small by sending 10 cold emails every single day, and every day I increased the number by 1. So one day 1 I was doing 10, day 2 I was doing 11, day 3 I was doing 12, until I had reached that point of doing consistently 30 a day, and that worked out for me a lot, because I started to see more meetings booked and I get that consistency. So every single day in the morning, first thing in the morning, I was waking up and I was doing outreach on autopilot without thinking. And this is how I built the discipline, by just starting small and increasing your numbers and going there gradually, consistency over intensity. Okay, step number 5, have a clear idea on where you're going. So you need to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, like it's you're driving to from New York to Los Angeles in a car, but you don't have a map. So how on earth are you going to get there? Like you can, but it's going to take you a lot of mental energy and hours and days to figure it out and get there. But if you have a clear idea, a vision for your life and for your business, it's going to be much easier to wake up in the morning and do the work. It's also work like if you have a good vision that motivates you, that excites you, you have that motivation and drive to pursue your goals. But it's also important to know what your goal is and what are you trying to work towards. It's simply by asking yourself, what do I want? If you grab a piece of paper and a pen and you start writing, what do you want? Like, what life do you want to have? What things do you want to do in your ideal life, in the ideal day in a life? Who do you need to become to get there? Like, what characteristics, habits, and traits you have to embody to get to that level that you want to get. Also, what's your financial goal? How much money you want to make every single month? Or what type of business you want to run. It's very important to get clear as much as possible and as much detail as possible on what do you want. And once you understand what is it that you want, so for example, you want to make 10K a month with your business, right? Reverse engineer, so you have the 10K month goal and start going from 10 to 0. Like you have the 10K a month goal, so how many clients do you need? You need 5 clients that are going to pay you 2K, right? So that's it. The goal is getting smaller, smaller, and in more detail. So once you reverse engineer everything, you're going to find how many messages you have to send every single day to get those 5 clients that are going to pay you, and get those, 5 clients that are going to pay you 2K, so you can make 10K a month. It's as simple as that. Business comes down to numbers. What we tend to do wrong is that we overthink everything. We put so much emotions into business, which is quite the opposite that you want to do. You want to have crystal clear idea where you're going, do the math, and do the work. And that's how you're going to get there. Overthinking and putting emotions into your business is not going to help. It's just going to distract you and make it way difficult. Another thing that I wish I knew earlier was exactly what I just told you. Like focusing on the logical things, like focusing on the maths, doing the daily numbers, daily KPIs, and just trusting the process and not relying on motivation and my emotions to drive me forward. So that's really, really important. So once you identify what's your goal, repetition is needed. Every day, visualize and see yourself already living the life that you want, having clear picture of your vision, your goals, and feel like they're already accomplished. And when you close your eyes and you see yourself living the life that you want, hitting those numbers that you want, becoming the person that you want, just imagine and feel those emotions of how it will make you feel, because feeling is truly important. Feeling in the scenario is really important to drive the success forward. So how would that life look like? How would you feel? Answer those questions every single day, and you're going to be driven, and you'll have that clear idea of what success looks like. And last step number 6, create a daily action plan the night before. So just like with the plan and vision, your long-term vision, your short-term vision, you have to know what you're working on that day, because if not, you're going to end up wasting your hours and procrastinating doing things that you don't need to do to grow your business. So as a part of your night routine, write down 3 most important things that you have to do the next day. You can create subtasks if you need to, as well as separate your days into deep work sessions and shallow work sessions. So every single night before bed, just create a plan of doing the 3 things that will drive your business forward. So your 3 most important tasks of the day. So usually if you run an agency, if you're in a coaching business, that's going to be, for example, content creation, doing outreach, and third could be like taking those sales calls that you have. These are the top 3 things that will get you those clients, get you more clients, who will grow the income. But also, as we know, life is not just about, like, days are not just about doing these 3 things and that's it. Like, clients need help, like your customers needs help, like you need to do this, you need to do that, and that's called shallow work. So you can schedule it in as well. So in the mornings, during your first couple of hours of your morning work, make sure you devote that to growing your business and working on the business. So accomplishing those 3 things, or 1 thing or 2 things that will drive your business forward. And in the afternoon, when your energy is kind of lower, when the world is awake and working, devote those hours to shallow work, like admin stuff, replying to your clients, taking calls, serving your customers, serving your clients, and do all of that. Leave the shallow work for the afternoon, after lunch, before in the evening, afternoon blocks. So scheduling and understanding what to do when is really important. But make sure you have 3 tasks that you have to do that that are important, that will grow your business further. So these are the 6 steps that I wish I knew earlier when I was starting out with my business. And this is exactly how you're going to scale to consistent 10, 20, 50, 100K months, even more. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check out other videos on pretty much I covered on my channel almost every single step in more depth. So if you just go to my channel, you're probably going to find a lot of videos on mindset, on health, on how to create like a great step-by-step plan every single day, and all of that. So just go take a look on other videos that cover these steps in more depth. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.